one way that we can market our business the right way, post your bank accounts, post your bank account statements. Is like, they can't dispute the money, right?
You cannot.
All these other competitors out there, they can say this is how much business they're doing, but where's the proof? Like, where's the money?
Right.
Like, this is what, like, we used to submit a bunch of business at our own company, but that's not what you netted.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you put out these numbers, it becomes like a little bit confusing. Like for us, I mean, I think the most important thing that we can do, the best thing that we can do is just be genuine, because whatever you post, I mean, I had to get out of my comfort zone a little bit because, we posted 1 month when I did all right. And then we posted my bank account and everything. And like, for me, like, people started coming up, they're like, are you really making that? I'm like, where do you think I got that from? Thank you for all of you guys for getting on this week on the Elite Sales Podcast. Appreciate all of you guys, sharing this with us. Before we get started, I wanted to got my co-host for today. I have Misha, Elias.
Hey guys, how you guys doing today?
Yep. Soon to be sales manager.
There you go.
All right. And then we got Jesus Spear. You guys have seen him.
Hey, what's going on?
But first of all, I just wanted to go over the first-time writers, for the this past week, who new agents who just started with us, who wrote business for the first time. So it's always exciting to see people making money, and with the 100% plus comp, people starting off with a high level. Every time that you go out and submit any business, you're averaging probably close to $1,000 a sale. So we have Jackie Iban and Nick Damian working with Brittany. So great job to both of you guys, and great job to Brittany for getting these people going. We have Jonathan Williamson and Irving Alberto, who I think we announced before, but why not do it twice? Working with JP. So great job to all of you guys working together. And then we have Antoine Parrish working with Javier Benitez and working with Carlos Urizar. So great job to all of you guys. So I'm sure there's more names, but this is the ones that were reported. So great job to everybody, and let's continue to get more and more people onto this list. So if you guys are on here already, if you've already written your first piece of business, great job to you guys. But the real joy, and this is, and I'm having these guys on today because we're going to share a little bit about a meeting that we went to out in Florida. Mm-hmm. But it's more about just sharing the opportunity with people, because if you see how great this opportunity is and how it can impact and change your life, it's selfish of us not to share that with other people. And we got to keep things realistic and let people know it's still going to be work. It's not just going to automatically happen, but everyone has an opportunity. And it was drilled home these last few days, and just seeing that everyone can legitimately do this, right?
Absolutely. I want to share with you guys my own experience. First of all, the ability to actually start thinking and believing that we are business owners, to actually get yourself on the plane and get over there, it's huge. It's not something small. It's something huge that you can actually, that you are able to do that. That's the first thing. Yeah. The second thing is, being at the meeting yesterday was a big time eye opener. Or my personal experience really, really woke me up. It showed me a lot of things that I am not doing, and the things that I'm doing that I can do so much better in order to make my own business grow, help the people in my team. The excitement, to be around people that are producing a lot of money. It's huge. There is this 19-year-old kid making over $600,000. That's amazing. Right. I was over, blown by it, So the potential that we have, to create a huge business is huge. Yeah. And yesterday, it was again a big time eye opener, and I came back fired up. I actually made a comment real quick to Jesus, because Jesus and I are in the same team, and I told Jesus, you know what, we need to fire ourselves, and we need to rehire ourselves with a different mentality. Different focus. We need to start working, in a much closer way, with direction. That is going to help us to build a strong team. Right. Me personally, I feel, I was having the conversation with Albert, which, by the way, thank you, because you've always been there to help us out.
My pleasure.
and the guidance that we get, so I bounce my ideas with him, and there's new focus, there's new direction that because of the meeting. I mean, I'm sure that I'm gonna be able to take my business to definitely to the next level.
Right. Well, glad to hear that. I mean, we're gonna have a lot more to get into about this, so appreciate that, a little bit of preview. Just real quick before we move on with the rest of the show, wanted to, as far as our issue paid production as a team, after 2 weeks in the month of October, we're always 1 week behind in terms of the reports. But after 2 weeks in the month of October, we as a team have done 661,000 in issue paid production, or 662,000 in issue paid production, which means we're currently on pace with a 4 week month to do about 1.2, 1.3 million. So, which is okay. I'm not thrilled with it because, I want to see growth month after month, and we're never going backwards. So that's one thing. And, going to this meeting and meeting with, seeing all these other teams and agencies, it was great. I mean, like I have no hate for other people. So, I mean, for me, it's just like, it's exciting to see other people that are doing better than us and people growing faster, brand new people, because it's just a testament to the ability within this company for everyone to come in that really wants to work for it, that really wants to go after, really wants to keep a strong mental state to protect their mindset, to continue to move forward and not focus on the negative. Like, it's all possible. So, I mean, like, it's always continuous, more and more validation from other groups showing us that it can be done. So, but that was another thing. I spent time with our group. Not as much time as I would have liked because, a lot of stuff going on, but it's great seeing everybody, like it really puts things back into focus, and, it makes me recognize who it is that we have on our team and how many people are looking to grow. And, I feel responsible for helping those that want the help. So, right. But as far as our production, the top 10, I'm going to go over the top 10 for the month of October after 2 weeks. We have Misha Martin, with 9,924. Great job to you, Misha. We have Rennie Copeland with 10,384. We have Marlon Hernandez with 12,302. We have Desiree Perez with 12,473. We got Cam Zahuri with 15,498. Nice. We got Sean Curtis with 20,671. We have Evelyn Juarez with 21,811, who's still on pace for Hall of Fame. Nice. We have Carlos Urizar, who I just spoke to earlier today. He's picking things up. After 2 weeks, he has 29,528. Nice. Okay. Carlos is not on here, is he? If not, I don't think so.
Hey, what's up, Al? I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Oh,
okay. Hidden under Myra's name.
Yeah.
Hey, well, first of all, great job to you. I wanted to ask, what was the best month you had at your last company?
Best month at the last company, probably 6,000-7,000.
Okay, so yeah, it's easy to say you've already exceeded that in the first 2 weeks in October.
Yeah, 100%. Yep, 100%.
Okay. What's your decision to push harder than you have before? What's your motivation?
It kind of goes back to what Misha was saying. It's just a mindset, what we talked about maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. I was talking about with Myra. I was like, dude, we're just gonna go all in, literally finish the month as strong as we can. So we're aiming to hit, minimum 200,000 on personal production for the year, and we're on track for that. We're on pace for that.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I mean, I love seeing it because I remember when you guys all started, you guys were just kind of questioning if the leads were going to work, if the system works, because I mean, it's something new and something different. But I love the way that you just dove in, and I love watching your growth. So great job to you, my man.
Yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you for all the guidance. Just to piggyback off what Misha was saying, thank you for the guidance. I mean, thanks for honestly, always responding, always being there. And just appreciate you.
Yeah, and I know you're just getting started, so I'm looking forward to where you're going to go with this whole thing with not just your business but building your team.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, Al.
All right, appreciate you, my man. All right, then we at number 2 we have Jesus Avila, the other Jesus.
The other one.
Yeah, he's currently beating you, by the way.
He is beating me,
just so you know, with 32,164, and then finishing at number 1, who we actually just saw in the meeting with him and his wife Daniela down in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. Or actually in Boca Raton, Jason Kodadadian, after 2 weeks, issue paid, and this is not submit numbers. This is business that's actually been approved. The client has the coverage. The agent commissions have been paid out. after 2 weeks in October, 40,795 issue paid.
That's great.
Jason
That's
on?
good.
And I'm pretty sure he's doing almost all of it through
Virtual.
telesales or virtual sales. So, I mean, he's not even going face to face anymore with this. So when people say, there's just certain ways of doing business. I mean, there's so many different ways. And that's one of the things that we went over during the meeting. So, if you guys are out there and you haven't gotten started and you don't know how to start, I mean, reach out to people that have been doing it. Okay. All right. And then, so I think that's the main things, but I really want to have these two guys on because, as I mentioned, we just came back from a meeting. It's a Road to Integrity meeting. And, before we get started with that, I had another announcement for Bonus Book Premium. Okay. So for all of you guys out there that are looking to build a team, are in the process of building a team, and you guys are getting close to the VP level or already there. Before we used to have a minimum requirement of Americo. Americo pays out the majority of our bonus, if not all of it, right?
Yep.
So, obviously we still always have love for them, and then we're always going to continue to it's going to be our flagship carrier. However, the thing is, with the VP bonus, once you've qualified for vice president, you get a bonus based off your total production. It's like 1, 2, up to like 8-9%, right? Mm-hmm. And then your bonus continues to grow as your volume grows. And before, it used to be certain carriers were bonusable and certain ones were not. So these are the ones that obviously paid us a little bit more, and so they were able to pay out the bonus. So America used to be, you have to have 50% minimum of your total volume coming from America. Well, they've actually just removed that.
That's good.
Right? So, I mean, that's insane. It's kind of a game changer, So all these other carriers, like the other carriers that we use, the Mutual of Omaha's, the American Amicable, National Life Group,
AIG.
I mean, all
huge.
John Hancock, and they're all 100% bonusable now. So that just means they're going to be paying out more bonuses for the VPs.
But we still want to use America.
We're still going to use America because it's just the easiest to train on. It's instant decision in every household.
Yep.
The comp's still higher than
anybody else,
most of the majority of the carriers.
It's duplicatable.
And then plus you get the 8% bonus.
Everybody wins. The client wins. The agent wins. Everybody wins, dude.
Right. Plus, I mean, there's, if you look at any type of business, there's no one that sells a lot of selling a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone has to focus on one thing, get really good at that, and make that your primary object or thing in your portfolio.
Right.
And then just build it from there. So, but I mean, just to let you guys all know, the VP bonuses, that's a new change, and I mean, it's going to help a lot of people. A lot of people get paid a lot more money for that. So, if you guys are looking to build, you're interested in building, or you haven't started building yet, I mean, we've with the Road to Integrity meeting, that was one of the things they did talk about. They're trying to get as many people onto this deal and get them an opportunity to learn about this so they can go after it. And so everyone that's out there watching, if you guys have any inclinations on doing it, you've always had some interest in building a team, or you just are hearing it now, and now you realize, hey, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can build a team. Reach out. Let's get more people to these meetings, and let's have everyone that wants to go after it and wants to put in the work and is willing to sacrifice. Let's give everyone an opportunity. That's the biggest thing. Okay,
that's right.
So that's the announcements for the VP bonus. Also, there was a misinformation that went out a little bit earlier. I think John mentioned that the Mutual of Omaha comp has going down. Like, that's the thing about FFL, comp's not going down. Right? So that was totally misinformation. So don't worry about that for anyone. But obviously we've mentioned who our flagship carriers and who we're going to go out, who we're going to primarily try to give our business to, because they've taken care of us, and it's a two-way street with any business relationship, right? Yep. So you take care of the ones that take care of you.
Yep,
that's right.
But speaking of that, so I mean, so since you guys both had an opportunity to hear from this meeting out there in Florida, explain to these guys what the integrity deal is, and from your guys' perspective.
Yeah. So the integrity deal is essentially a partnership. So since we are 100% business owners, integrity is looking to partner with people. So what they do is that they just come in and they evaluate the profitability of your business, and they're buying future profits. Right. Yep. So integrity comes in, they evaluate where you're at, where you're going to be, and where you're going. They evaluate how fast it took you to get there. And they also just see the trajectory of where your agency is going and how fast it's going to grow, and to see even if you're going to want to keep growing after you get bought out. So they essentially come in, they buy your business, they give you a lump sum. Obviously, each contract is different. But one of the biggest things, a part of this deal, is obviously the stock in the company, which is extremely, extremely valuable. The stock is what Sean Mike
and constantly growing.
and constantly growing. That's the beautiful part, is that you get a lump sum, you get all these different amenities, and then you get stock in the company, which you will continue to grow if you continue to grow the stock, which means building up your team, which is worth way, way more than the millions and millions that are given up front. And also you get your overhead taken care of. So like all of Albert's marketing campaigns, when he gets his integrity deal, all of his overhead, the office rent, everything, his staff, Yoel, shout out.
I don't have to pay for Yoel.
You don't got to pay for Yoel no more. You feel me? Yoel gets stuck in the company. So the opportunity is absolutely insane, and it's incredible. And when they say the integrity and effect, it's actually scary how fast that growth can happen. You know what I'm saying? And from Albert's eyes, like Albert, we know that your integrity deal is coming very, very, whenever it comes, we're going to keep doing our thing. But the beautiful thing is that he's going to want to pop out more integrity partners. And that's why it's our job to step up and to lead and to be like, hey, like we want to build this thing. We want to take care of our families. We want to protect our agents' families. So integrity gives us the opportunity to do that. And just for people who are afraid to say that if they want to, that they're saying, oh, integrity is not going to want to buy anybody out. That's their business. Their business is buying out people. So why would they stop? Obviously, you want to get it in the lowest stock as possible, so that way we can get the most profit. Bingo.
Get in a lower stock price. The sooner you get in a lower stock price, so that whenever that stock does appreciate.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that description that Jesus just made about the integrity deal, it gives you the vision. It gives you a goal that is definitely attainable. All you have to do is go back to the foundation and see that, to recap, to rebuild everything that you've been doing. So now you can focus towards that. Mm-hmm. The integrity deal is really, really offering such a great opportunity for growth and long-term wealth that, it's actually forcing you to better yourself in every aspect. Right. Your own personal production, your team building, trainings, all that is going to take you to that. Even something as small as focusing in the attitude of your own employees. That's they looked at everything. Mm-hmm. And of course, everything and everybody in your team is a reflection of your own skills, of your own leadership, and on all that. But again, the integrity deal is the vision that all of us should have. The company is huge and is growing. Right, it's growing big.
Well, it should be the vision that everyone that wants to grow should have. Right. So the thing is, if you're here to just write some policies here and there, make some commission money, and you're not really looking to do this full time, that's perfectly fine. This is your business. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? But if you are looking to build, just understand, you're not that far away from an opportunity, but you have to make a decision. You have to make a commitment and go after it. You can't do it part-time and figure it out. Cause I guess eventually you could, and could compound over time, but it's going to take a very long time to do that.
And it all starts with yourself. I think one of the biggest things that I noticed during this, this conference was that it all just starts with me. My team is not big, and I know that, but if I start writing $40,000 a month, I can start paying for lead campaigns. I can start hiring staff. I can start expediting my growth. Then integrity deal, instead of it seeming like this thing that's so far away, now all of a sudden, hey, 2022, board member coming up. You feel me? It's all starts with yourself and the commitment and the decision to be like, hey, for some new agents that are on here and people who have been here for a while, applies to all. It starts with you. You could write $40,000 this month and change the trajectory for the next 6 months of your life. Surprise yourself. You feel me?
And not only that, the monthly targets that we put ourselves, you have to really understand and believe that they are very attainable. They're very attainable. As long as you work, as long as you discipline yourself, you get on the phone, you make appointments, get on the road, put yourself, through the whole activity, and the activity is going to pay out. Mm-hmm. And the numbers, they definitely show up, So, like Jesus said, talking about 40,000 in a different industry, in a different job, in another, IMO, that sounds so unreachable. Yep. But here is something that we can actually attain super fast. Right. Super fast. Right. You can go out there one day and, write $5,000 easily.
Yeah.
You know, so it's super
with enough
attainable.
leads if you invest in your business.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
But one thing you guys did, you both brought up, I mean, you talk about it starts with you, everything starts with you, which is it starts and ends with you.
Starts and
Let's
ends
not,
with you.
let's not
Yeah.
forget that. But you also mentioned it's a great opportunity to have an opportunity to go out and buy a ticket, fly out there. Now, no one paid for you guys' way out there, right?
No.
Okay. You had to come out of pocket for
Gotta
it.
come out of pocket.
Okay. Is that a difficult thing? 'Cause I mean, sometimes people like say like, or you can pay for my flight, or you're going to come out, and I'm kind of like, this is your business. Like,
Yes. No, it wasn't. In fact, one, it was a privilege to be invited,
I feel the same.
you know. And when I got the invitation, I said, you know what, I must get there. And it's just when you have this vision, you know, when you get like focus and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go. You literally make things happen in order for you to go. How you gonna get there? It will happen, you know. But you know, your desire to grow, to learn everything is
Right.
what in reality takes you there.
Right.
You know, and the money shows up.
Right.
The money does show up actually.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I went there, I forgot my shoes for my suit, and I went to the mall to go buy some. And dude, 2 years ago at Starbucks, me working, buying a pair of shoes, like actual nice dress shoes,
Mhm.
stressful. You feel? But now FFL money, blessed,
Right.
beyond blessed, dude.
Right.
I was telling Abra, I was like, it's still crazy to me that I can go to a mall, forget to pack stuff and be like, oh, just go buy another pair. It's cool.
And
It's freedom, right? It's a freedom of
Freedom.
being
the freedom and talking about going to the mall and buy the shoes and everything, but even just getting your own room, you know, I mean, that you go and you book your flight, your own room, and you don't have to, look for somebody to share the cost with.
right.
That's huge.
Right.
You know, I mean, I remember that in my previous company, I was always looking for somebody to share the room with me because, I mean, I not able to afford not even the combination of the expenses and stuff like that.
Right.
And now it's like easy. If you really want to make it happen, if you really want to do it, you just do it.
Right.
And then the money is there, the opportunity to make that money is there.
Right.
And then you just do it. It's just easy.
Right.
I
mean, yeah, I don't get it too often, especially for events like this, for when people don't want to pay and they want to be like, how come they're not paying for my ticket if they really want me to go? It's like, first of all, get rid of that sense of entitlement.
Right.
Right. Like this is for your business. You don't have to go.
Yeah.
And this is also like and if you're focusing so much on like, I don't have an expense account or someone's not paying for me to go to this thing. It's like, you're looking at it wrong. You're probably not going to grow anyway, because now you feel like, I mean, if you're working and you're doing, and you're putting your time into this and you're earnestly building your business, you can afford all this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're not doing it, then you're probably not really building a business anyway. So it's kind of pointless for you to go at this stage, and people can change. So the thing is, like, even if you've thought that, or you felt that way for a little bit, over the course of time, as you continue to work and continue to grow your business, increase your experience, your business acumen, all that stuff, then, eventually you'll get to the point where you recognize the more that I can actually pay for stuff, the more that I can give back, or more that I can invest in my business. That means I actually have a growth mindset. That means I'm actually going to be growing.
Yeah. And also you got to think on the fact that going to this type of events gives you the opportunity to talk to other people that are doing bigger and better things than you are.
Right.
And it forces you to actually push yourself out there to interact with these people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking to these people, you realize that they are the same as you are.
Same.
The only difference is that they just work harder.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And you go and I hear these conversations all the time, like give me a golden nugget, but the golden nugget is go to work.
Right.
And when you work hard and you take this business seriously, I mean, you start seeing the results. And yes, I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, it sounds easy, but you're still gonna go through the downs, right?
All the time.
You wanna get stuck, and it's okay.
Yep.
It's just a learning curve, and all you gotta do is just change gears. Like Jack says all the time, get different traction.
Yeah.
Right. So you can get yourself out of the hole.
Right.
And then you get yourself out of the hole, and it goes up, keeps going up.
Right.
I mean, but again, going to this type of events, it gives you the opportunity to interact with the people, and you learn more from their struggles than from their successes.
Right.
Right. And then that's the main thing also, I mean, that you learn in this type of events.
Right. I mean, I think people just like people that are genuine about it. Because I mean, I openly talk about it all the time. Like I make a ton of mistakes. I could do certain areas better, and I don't love every part of my work, but the thing is, I love the overall business. I mean, I just accept it for what it is, and I just keep trying to get better and just keep trying to maintain the right mindset and keep pushing forward, and because it's important enough for me to like get to where I want to get to, and you guys are right. I mean, like once that integrity deal comes, whenever that comes, I'm not like chasing that per se. I just want to grow my business. I just want people on my team to grow.
Right.
And then if I continue to focus on that, when it comes, But I mean, the thing is, I'm not just trying to get that deal and then I'm gonna be out. Like I feel like once I get that deal, it actually I get the integrity effect to try to help more and more people do it. So for anyone that wants to do it, I mean, look, I dare anybody that's reached out to me to say like I don't pick up my phone or I don't call back or I don't get back to you. I'll spend time with anybody that's honestly working. Now, if you constantly call me, you're not putting in any work. Eventually, it gets to a point where I gotta say like all right, I don't like I like you and we can spend some time like personally, but as far as like the call, I can't really help you if you're not willing to put in the work, you're not willing to try different things. So it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I've given you everything I got for business. When you're ready to work, then I can pick things back up. And it's also for the people that want to work, in a group. I mean, if you know you have a plan, you know what you want to do, you want to just go after that, and it's different from what we're doing. Like, no one's stopping you from doing that. Like I actually applaud that, because if you have take that much ownership in your business, then, I totally respect that. But the thing is, if you want to work together, then we got to work together.
Yeah,
it can't just be like, hey, I'm going to do this separate. I don't want to be accountable, but I want stuff. It doesn't work that way either, because the likelihood of that plan working is not going to be, we're not going to be on the same page. And so it's a process. And that's one of the great things about this meeting too, aside from all the great information we got at the meeting, got a chance to see our agents, from different parts of the country.
Yeah.
And, just, it was really exciting to spend some time with them personally, because I'm a huge believer in relationships. Right. I feel like that's like a big part of how we can help one another grow, because not everyone wants the same thing. Not everyone's willing to sacrifice the same things. Not everyone has the same outlook on things. And, we can only get that by taking an interest in that person's, in their own well-being and what they want to get out of this. So that relationship building is important over the course of time. Like, you can help everybody generally, but to help that one individual, if they really want it, you got to get to know one another, and you got to figure out how to best help this person. So that was like a really cool thing. Also, another great experience that I had out there was just, seeing how people at different levels in this business, because some people are they had a little bit more time, or some people have taken it a little bit more seriously, invested a little bit more money. Some people are pretty new. I mean, so it really helps put things back in perspective for me to recognize, like, as far as I feel like I've come, which I don't feel like I've done that much, because there's other agencies and managers doing better than and I'm happy for them. But it also brings you back to look at, hey, this person's like brand new, and I'm trying to like think under what scope are they looking at this whole opportunity as? Does it feel like, did they feel like it's not real? Do they feel like it's way too far away, it's not realistic? Or do they actually see the vision, like they're going to start working their way towards that? So it's always really exciting, and I'd like to kind of get some feedback from them, and it's exciting times.
Absolutely. You just gotta, start working and go through the up and downs in reality. Again, the meeting, it really opened up your eyes. Actually, hearing Sean also talking about his own struggles, but I was thinking about that too. And then I said, well, he's going through some issues as well, but when money is there, everything is fixable. Right. You can really fix any problem.
Right.
And so another thing that I got from the meeting is to get rid of the tension, the frustration, that we create in ourselves, because something that
do you do that a lot personally?
I do that a lot personally. I let frustration get to me pretty often. And but that's something that I got yesterday too. I said, well, maybe I've been spending too much time in the negative rather than the positive, and that can hurt you a lot.
Yeah.
And it does hurt you a lot.
It does.
So, but when you just do a little bit of a mental adjustment, and then you keep going, and believe me, things that are happening. Communication, and that's another thing. Sean Mikey talked about the outlines yesterday. in communicating with our upline that, can actually help us to realize that what it is that we're not doing.
Right.
That way we can, change it and adjust it and everything. So again, thank you, because I brought it to you a couple of times. You have brought it to me and to my attention, and I started like making those changes. But yesterday, again, I realized that all these people that have been successful, they went through that.
Right.
And somebody pointed it out to them, and they make the adjustments. They keep on going up. I'm excited, to be honest with you. I'm excited the possibilities of creating something bigger, and that at a point it looked unreachable.
Yeah.
Now it's very attainable.
Right.
Well,
I think that's true too. I mean, I appreciate you coming to me when you do have things challenges that you're dealing with. And, like for me, it's not about, I don't know all the answers.
Right.
I try to just give you from my own experience, from my perspective. And, sometimes you take and you go with it. And sometimes you're like, I don't think that's it. And you don't do it, which, it's your business. I'm not going to be mad at you for that.
Right.
But, I think that was one thing I took away from Sean too. He talked about, it's empowering when people ask you something and then you can just say like, I don't know. Let me find out for you. Because for me personally, I don't know, maybe because I've just been like a nerd. Like I've always tried to like gain as much information and knowledge as I can. And I always pride myself on having answers, like even for some stupid random stuff, nothing business related.
Right.
And I just always like, and I always just like, I don't know. That's just how my brain is like a sponge like that sometimes.
World II facts just get thrown
super random.
Mhm.
No one needs to know this, but so I've taken a lot of pride trying to like know all these answers, but I think I took that away from him. I feel like that's right. Like I really don't need to know everything. And, we talked about this earlier about you building a team, and, we've had conversations about this when you guys like, what I want to build a team, but what if I don't know all the answers yet? What if I like, you don't need to know all the answers.
Right.
All we have to show is that we care about the growth of the business in general. And then we care about the growth of that individual that wants our help.
Right.
And then if we can do that, I mean, we'll figure it out over time, as long as we continue to work at it.
Yeah, it's just a learning curve.
Right.
That's all it is in reality.
Yeah.
But you have to be humble enough to ask for the help.
Right.
You cannot be too proud.
Right.
That's another thing. I mean, get rid of that ego.
Right.
Be humble, just put your head down and go to work. And like you said, if you know something, it's okay. All of us are human.
Right.
And all of us have to go through the point of asking a question. Somebody's going to teach. But if you don't open your mouth to ask that question, I mean, that's another thing that I did yesterday, being at the event. I mean, just to go over there and talk to some of the people, and see what they're doing and ask them questions. And again, guys, I mean, you're going to realize that everybody's human.
Right.
And the only thing is everybody's going through a different struggles, a different activity.
Yeah.
And then you got to just learn from a little bit from everybody.
It's great to hear the people that are just telling you, just being real, just being genuine, and just telling you about their struggles. Like you guys have been doing a pretty good job of that as far as going out and networking when we go to these events and just going out and introducing yourself and hearing from other people and listening to their perspectives. Because when I was 20, I don't think I was that social like that. I mean, I was social, but I was not for like business purposes. So like for me, I was just I didn't really introduce myself. I was kind of hung in the back and just listen to other people's conversations. But I feel like I missed out on a lot of information during that time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just done taking such a passive approach to things like in work and life. And I'm gonna go to an event. I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm young, so people expect me to embarrass myself. So I might as well just like do it. You know what I mean?
And embarrass yourself anyway.
Yeah, I'm just what I'm saying. Like, hey, my name is Jesus. How are you? Like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's what are they gonna do? You know what I mean? Well, so what do you do? Oh, this, not. Who cares? They're gonna tell you. It's all in your head. So.
Right. Yeah, you can't take yourself too seriously.
That's right.
You have to keep things in perspective and just have fun with it.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You just gotta have fun with it and enjoy life, because it's a journey, and as long as you have fun and you learn from it and learn from your mistakes and all that stuff, I mean, yeah, it's fun,
right.
Because like Jesus, I mean, said, he's young and sometimes uncomfortable to go and talk to people. That doesn't change. You could be 90 years old, you still feel kind of like, it's gonna feel kind of weird to go and talk to somebody.
Right.
But just push yourself out, I mean, just go out there and do it. And And it
What do
gets
you have?
easier.
What do you have to lose?
Absolutely
Literally. What are they
nothing.
gonna say? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And if they say no, it's
No?
okay.
Okay, move
All
on.
right.
Yeah, you just move
Hi.
You just
The
move
person
on.
next to them.
Yeah, and even that helps you when you're in the field.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
I mean, when you go on door, you knock on a door, and it's easier to talk to the person that is opening the door. You know, and your ability to talk to people makes them feel comfortable. And if they say no, it's okay. And sometimes, you know, that's why you make sales as well. You're pushing yourself to do it.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes at the beginning, I remember when I was, trying to door knock, because I had to really push myself out of the car.
Right.
And now it's like, okay, I gotta go to the next one. I gotta go to the next one. So it gets easier. It gets easier
Everything's uncomfortable until you
until you
start doing it, right? Then you start
Exactly.
doing it, you realize you're not going to die from it. It's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then-
You know, it's funny. So one of the, I was talking to my performance coach, Elias, and her and I have been making just like a game plan for everything. You know, for myself, I want to hit VP by April. You know what I'm saying? Like I have these goals, but one of my things that I really want to start branding. I need to abuse the power of social media and just hire everybody. You know what I mean? So over the trip, I just started posting what we were doing, stuff like that. I put 5 people on the course just off of posting stories and posting something on Instagram, just because people like the lifestyle and people, you know, I've heard that I'm in some kind of insurance.
Right.
And then I sent in the video, got on a quick phone call with them while we were over there and done, put them on the course.
Mhm.
Like you said, who cares? I literally was so nervous to post those videos, but then I was like, who cares?
Right.
It's my business. Nobody's going to pay my bills for me.
Right.
Nobody cares. Just do
Mhm.
it, you know? So
Yeah, I mean, things. It's obviously been a exciting journey, and it's also been a little awkward sometimes because, like, since Yoel came in and started working with us, like, I didn't really know what to post on social media. Like, there's certain things I like to share, and whatever. But in terms of like business stuff, Sean talked about one way that we can market our business the right way: post your bank accounts, post your bank account statements. Is like they can't dispute the money, right?
you cannot.
All these other competitors out there, they can say this is how much business they're doing, but where's the proof? Like, where's the money?
Right.
Like, this is what, like, we used to submit a bunch of business at our own company, but that's not what you netted.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you put out these numbers, it becomes like a little bit confusing. Like for us, I mean, I think the most important thing that we can do, the best thing that we can do is just be genuine, because
Absolutely.
whatever you post, I mean, I had to get out of my comfort zone a little bit because, we posted 1 month when I did all right. And then we posted my bank account and everything. And like, for me, like, people started coming up, they're like, are you really making that? I'm like, where do you think I got that from? Like, so
I got really good at Photoshop.
YouTube.
I know.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, like, you feel uncomfortable because all our life, like, you try not to, you think that's bragging and you think that's like being arrogant, just trying to rub in people's faces. And where in reality, it's like, if the people that want to hate on you, they're going to hate on you anyway.
Exactly.
And then the people that support you, like, I got a ton of support from people that they're just like, hey, you're doing your thing, Al. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I didn't realize you even like followed my social
Right.
media.
Well, and everything has actually had to do with the approach, and if you go out there and brag, everybody's going to notice if you're bragging.
Right.
But when you're actually sharing and you talk to people with confidence,
Yep.
you build the confidence in yourself, people come to you.
Right.
And then you start attracting the people. In fact, I mean, yesterday when I was on my way to the event, I was my Uber driver, and I asked the guy, "How far are we?" And just that question opened up the door for a conversation with the guy.
Mhm.
And the guy is from Cuba, and wearing a suit and all the stuff. And the guy goes, "Hey, what do you do?"
Right.
And so I told him what I was doing and everything. And, I explained the potential of what somebody can accomplish in this industry.
Right.
And the guy goes, "Well, how can I get in?" Well, I only ask good questions. Are you a hard worker or
Right.
you give up? And he goes, I mean, I drive all day because, I want to create, I mean, they said this is my business. So I work all day.
Right.
And I said, okay, well, let's put you through school. And, the guy signed up already.
So you give them the voucher and
So I
everything.
give him the voucher and the whole 9
That's
years.
awesome.
So, but yeah, I mean, when you're confident and not bragging, when you're confident and not bragging, you actually attract people.
Right.
Because people notice when you are genuine or not.
And also I think like there's a distinction between showing somebody something for a purpose of like feeling like trying to be cool to them and like
Yeah.
trying to prove that you're cool and showing something in, presenting something of value to other people for a purpose, to sell something, to bring them into your business. That's marketing.
That's
You
right.
know, at the end of the day, it's a very small line, but the biggest distinction is the fact that you're doing it for a purpose.
Yeah.
It's not just to, oh, look how cool and rich I am. It's no, let me show you what I'm doing to give you an opportunity to do it as well.
Right.
Yeah, I think that I this is something that I've definitely learned just as I've grown, is that we are all leaders, and it's all relative. We're all leaders in different capacities, whether if it's within our friend circles, our businesses, whatever. And as leaders, our job is to enable people to believe that they can be great, and to make them, to help them see themselves for who they can be and the potential that they have in themselves. That's the beautiful thing. And I think Albert sees that in every single one of us, which is why he's so motivated. And, and now it's our turn. Like Albert's taught us, and he's going to continue to teach us the business and all this stuff. But now it's our turn. Like, let's show people that, hey, we're not anybody special. We don't have any golden nuggets. We don't have a silver tongue. We literally are normal people. And that's it. Enabling people to help them believe that they can be great is a beautiful thing. And here at FFL, that's what we want to do. That's what we preach. That's what we talk about. So let's go and do it. Feel me?
Yeah. All you gotta do is just really put your head down and be humble. Be humble and coachable, and that's literally is what is going to allow you to come to somebody, and ask for help. And then you're going to realize that you are in a pool of people that are willing to help you. I mean, because in my own experience, I can call Marlon and ask him a question, and he has always been open to answer my questions. I can go literally with anybody, and somebody's going to tell you, well, do this, do that. And it teaches you to be that way. It teaches you to be helpful to others.
Well, we all just got to think bigger. Like you're absolutely right, though. I mean, I see potential in everybody. I believe it for people, even if they don't feel it. Yeah, because I see potential in everybody that I talk to, because I just feel like if they buckle down and just do this, they have an opportunity to do something big. Now, I don't know their work ethic up front. I don't know their commitment level. I don't know how mentally strong they're going to be with this yet. I don't know what their experience is like. But but the thing is, I see there's potential for everyone to do really well in this business if with whatever their approach is.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, sometimes I see potential in people, but then they're kind of closed off, or they want to do things their own way, which is fine. Like I don't need to help everybody. Yeah. I would like to help anyone that wants it, but
right.
But it's and that's the beauty of our business too. As big as our team is continuing to get, as everyone continues to grow their team, the thing is, you'll help the people that want to be helped, the people that reach out to the people that and the people that want to just be left alone and do their own thing. Like, I have no problem with that.
Yeah. And, and
I love that. Yeah,
and we just plant seeds. That's all we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We're just telling them that they can do it. And, that's it. And the people that want to grow and the people who are going to do it, they're going to show up. They're going to show up, and they're going to figure it out. You know what I mean? With help and guidance. And it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
And, and I always reflect back on myself, because I always think, like, am I judging somebody the wrong way? I'm not like judging them. I mean, I'm reading this situation right. But I've come to realize I'm probably a pretty difficult person to work with. Like, I'm friendly and everything, and I take the time to talk to people. But as far as like everywhere I've gone, like my management above me has never really known how to work with me, and that's definitely probably my fault. But I'm just like a very independent person. I like to figure things out for myself. I'd rather make these mistakes. I'd rather learn the process, because I like to have that knowledge of whether it's useful or not.
Yeah,
right. But yeah, I mean, like I look back, and sometimes, like Sean's told me, like, yeah, he doesn't really know how to help me in certain ways, and it's not because of him, because he's always willing to help. Like, whenever I've called him, he's always been available. But the thing is, you have to be in a position to be able to receive help for you to be able to get it. Yep. Right. And I think a lot of times people come in with different ideas of what they expect help should be, because that's what they look at it like. But where it's like, okay, well, you're not at this position yet, or you haven't achieved these numbers or whatever. So your idea of how things should be working, what help looks like, may not even be the right perspective. And it's up to you to figure that out for yourself. No one's going to stop you. But if you want to get more help, you also have to be in a position to receive help.
Yeah.
And do what you quote unquote being told, because if you're gonna go to somebody and ask a question and say, how can I get better? What can I do to get better, to do things better? If you don't do it,
Right.
I mean, you know,
There's got to be accountability if you want to
Yeah.
continue to receive help, right?
And you need to stay true
Exactly.
to yourself too. Because if you're not true to yourself, then what's the help for if you're not actually being
Mhm.
accountable? Just like you said.
Right.
Like in school, you know, in middle school, high school, I'd ask the teacher for help, but in reality, I wanted them to do it for me, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, we're adults now, and we realize like, oh, that was probably not very wise of me to ask my teacher to do that, because now if that problem comes again, I'm relying on her to answer the question for me.
Right.
Right. So I think that once you get into that mindset is when you start to kind of like stack, and you know how to do this now because you got help. They showed you how to solve the problem rather than just gave you the answer. You know,
That's right.
it's like you can extract that to real life, you know, in this business, I think.
Was it you that I was talking to about that? Like making the mistakes.
We
That's
were
the only way you're going to learn.
I was literally just I was thinking about that conversation. We were talking about, oh my gosh, we were saying something along the lines that somebody can tell you something over and over and over and over and over and like drill it into your head, but it's not until you actually go and do it and actually go make the mistakes and figure it out on your own and get the we were talking about the embarrassment.
Yeah, the embarrassment and the pain, the feeling of pain or loss or whatever it is.
Yeah. That's when you actually get to learn stuff, and then that's when you can teach others because hey, I've been through this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
You gotta earn that right, to tell other people. So you cannot just tell people go do this, and you've never been you've never gone through it.
Right.
Yeah.
So making the mistakes is huge. I mean, I even told this to some of the people in the team. Just go out there and make mistakes. Learn. Because that's something that I always believe. If I'm not making mistakes myself, that means that I'm not moving.
Mhm.
Right.
And the more mistakes I make, it gets frustrated. But at the end of the day, you go like, well, yeah, I'm moving forward. That's why I'm making mistakes.
Right.
And I know that the next day is gonna get better.
So whenever you guys make mistakes, I enjoy it.
There you go.
Well, I think obviously
funny.
it's funny because we have a personal relationship.
Right.
We get the opportunity to work together in this office, and we have a lot of
Mhm.
conversations. So I mean, I also know you guys have a sense of humor. You don't take that seriously. So I think it's a good thing when you guys
Right.
make mistakes. We get a chance to joke about it, but then more importantly, I mean, I think it really is helping you build your character. Every time that you make a mistake, you go through something tough. Like it tests you as an individual to let you know
That's
who you
right.
are.
cool.
If you're going to give up, you're going to fold in that situation, or you can recognize it for what it is and just fight through it. Figure this out. You're going to get better at it because you didn't take this situation too seriously. It didn't kill you. So there's
Mhm.
no point in like making this the end of the world.
Yeah, and another thing is, I mean, get rid of the fear of making the mistake.
Right.
A lot of people don't actually venture into doing anything, or change the way you've been doing things because you are so used to do things in a certain way that you are afraid to maybe if I do this or spend more money or anything, and just get rid of the fear. Just go and do it and have fun with it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, a year from now, you can say, man, that was fun. That was a nice ride. And
Right.
look at where I'm at right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I look back now. I mean, like I've been here for going on. It will be the 4 years in January.
Mhm.
For me, like there's just times when I don't even recognize like how far we've come.
Right.
Like I was blessed to be able to pay for dinner here and there, and when we're out there, and that's like when people talk about like, oh, I don't have an expense account. Why do I have to pay for this myself? Like I look at it very differently. I look at it like it's a blessing to be able to give. For number one, means you got it.
Right.
Right. And number two, it also means that, especially when it comes to something like a meal, I feel like that's one of the most like intimate type of interactions that you can have with an individual. So if you're trying to build a relationship, I mean, at the end of the day, we're still both human. We still got to have these basic necessities such as eating and needing sustenance. And then, and then you get a chance to just be human, just talk, and not, you can put some of the business aside at certain moments so you can see what makes this person tick, what their mindset's like, how they view the world. And all these little things does help overall as you continue to build your business relationship with one another.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And within yourself as well. And going back to how much we have, grown. I remember when I started coming to the office, I mean, it was dark. Nobody was here. I would sit at a corner,
Yeah.
and now, I mean, I have an office here. We have an office here, each of us have our own office. So that shows the growth, and at the beginning you're like, should I get it? I want to maintain my expenses
Right.
low, and I don't really think I need the burden. But in reality,
It's pretty cool.
Part, yeah, it's part of growing, and
Right.
it's you actually start seeing yourself as a business owner rather than just being self-employed.
Right.
Because now you're actually acquiring more responsibility, and you're like, no, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work. The downside is the SAC wants the rent every first of the month. I don't know why.
You got to keep paying this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I thought
it was only one time.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's the thing. At the beginning, Sean used to always tell me this. He said, like, I'm too much of an optimist, or I'm too soft with my people. And like, yeah, I mean, if I could pay for everything, would I? Yes, I probably would. But part of it is letting go. And like when these guys started renting an office here out of this office, I was like, at first I was like, I wonder if it's going to be too much for them. But after a while, I'm like, I shouldn't care, and I don't not care about these individuals, but I should be like, they should have expenses because they're grown-ups, they're working, they make money.
Mhm.
So like they got to think on a different level. It's like for me, like having office expenses and having staff, having all the money that I put back into the business, like it's helped me grow because it makes me realize like, yeah, I can afford this every month. And the more I put into it, the faster we'll grow.
Mhm.
And then like, if you guys continue to just make your money and not have any overhead expenses, no business expenses,
Then you maintain yourself at that level too.
well, you always just be salespeople. You
Right.
will never be a business owner. So
Yeah.
I have to like, so I mean, I'm going to charge both of you guys more. That's
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, you can. I mean, that doesn't mean that we're gonna pay it, but yeah, you can.
Jesus' heart dropped just now.
No. So we've talked about the integrity deal a few times. So then you guys got to hear more in depth this time during the
Yes.
meeting.
Mhm.
So what was the biggest surprise or the biggest takeaway that you didn't previously know about the opportunity?
The liquidity event. Sorry, the liquidity event. So every 3 years. So when we get the stock in the beginning, which is worth multi millions of dollars,
It's a
right?
multiple of 7. So whatever your net income is, they pay you a multiple of 7.
Yes,
Mhm.
and then plus the stock. But they have this liquidity event every 3 years, which in that liquidity event, what they do is that you basically cash out a portion of your stock, which from what Sean mentioned to us is supposed to be worth more than the initial lump sum that you receive, which is in multiple of 7. For example, if your team is doing $2 million a month and that's what you're netting, you times that by 7, $14 million, right? The cash out every 3 years is bigger than that. So that was
pretty mind blowing.
that was pretty
Yeah,
attractive. That was pretty attractive.
Not complaining though.
No,
Not at all.
and it like it shows you the big opportunity that the integrity deal is.
Right.
A few days ago, I was talking to somebody else, and we're talking about the integrity deal. And this person told me, you know what? I mean, when I have when my business is grown enough, I'm gonna, shop it to
Right.
other companies or whatever. But I mean, hearing what the information was at the event, I was like, why would you shop it? I mean, this is it.
Yeah, what other private equity firm or company the size of
It's
integrity
gonna
is-
pay so much and then make you so liquid.
Yeah, you're not losing.
You're not losing
not-
in any way, shape, or form.
Like the stock is arguably the most valuable thing because like who knows how crazy it's going to continue to get. So you want a piece of that stock. And one of the things that made me really happy was what Sean was talking about the staff members who with the integrity partners now, their staff, when their stock appreciates, they will all be millionaires.
Mhm.
And I was
Another
like,
thing that blew me
do you
away.
like that, you all?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I was pretty
Hey,
happy
lunch
for
is on you.
and
Lunch is
Joanne.
on you.
Say
Yeah, another
less.
thing that blew me away too is that at the beginning it was one integrity deal, then 2, and just to hear yesterday down that there's 18 people that had gotten it in such a short period of time,
Yeah.
that was mind blowing as well.
Right.
I mean that it just opened my eyes to the opportunities. Like, man, I mean, 18 people in such a short period of time, because that's hasn't even been a year, has it?
2. To the integrity deal, like close to 2 years.
To 2 years, but that's still, I mean, 18 people. I mean, it's huge.
Right.
It is huge.
And great when people say like they'd rather shop it around, they don't want to sell integrity. Here's like the misnomer. I mean, like you don't have to sell your deal.
Right.
If you don't want to sell, don't sell
Don't
it.
do it.
Don't sell it.
Keep doing
Keep
it.
on
Like,
growing it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, selling it sounds more.
I think
More
people
fun.
just try to be cool. Like, oh, if they want it, they can have it. Maybe if I feel like it, it's like, okay, stop.
Yeah, but with all the benefits that they're offering, why wouldn't you?
right.
But yeah, again, the opportunity to have it gives you the drive to build it. Because let's say, I mean, you don't get to that point, but you still cash flowing $1 million, $2 million a month. That sounds pretty good to me.
Not bad.
Well, I mean, so for those that don't want to do it, I mean, maybe you just don't understand it. I feel like
Right.
that's got to be the case.
I think you just got to rewatch the Zoom call.
Right.
Yes.
So, I mean, we just wanted to come on, just share our experiences a little bit. But, you know, the reality is for anyone out there that's looking to build a team and you want an opportunity to go to these meetings, let me know, reach out to me. I would love to get you guys signed up, and we'll send you guys out there and get a chance to hear from Sean and from Brian Adams, you know, I mean, it's just such exciting stuff that we had to get on here and share today, because
Right.
I'm like, I can't just keep this to myself. I
Cannot.
want everyone to see how big this opportunity is.
And how close and reachable and accessible it is for
It is,
everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's my promise. I mean, like once I get the deal, it's like I'm not going to be taking time off. Like I want to like, it would drive me harder to get more and more people up to that level. So anyone that wants to help, as long as you do the things that we talked about, as far as being accountable, being someone that can be trusted, you know, someone that is going to continue to put in the work, put your people first, and try to do the same for them. And like you'll always have help.
Yeah.
always have
And
help
like
with
Sean
it.
said yesterday, I mean, work with integrity for the integrity deal.
Right.
Right. So you got to do the things that you're supposed to do when nobody's watching you.
Right.
You know, so just continue working. It's hard work, but the reward is going to be huge.
Have integrity.
Mhm.
I think.
You saw what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think takeaway from all this is just that it starts with you guys. Like it all starts with you, and it's not complicated.
Mhm.
For everybody that comes on here, that's a top producer, Brittany, Marlon, you know, Sean Curtis. We had Josh Mejia, who's not even on our team, but he's still a cool guy. $1,000 to $2,000 a week on leads. Call your leads, show up to your last appointment, and integrity deal is right around the corner if you just keep putting back into your business. I
And-
think that's
And don't be afraid to spend the money on leads. I mean, that's important. Don't be afraid. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna get a bad batch, but that's part of the business.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not afraid, scare money doesn't make money.
That's
And don't be afraid of success. That's something that I said to myself all the time. You know what? Don't be afraid of success. Just spend the money, invest the money, call the leads, do the activity, and it comes back. Because I mean, I have not been negative with the money that I spent. I mean, either I break even or make more money, but I never been on the red. That's something that I like about this business.
Well, you know, I really appreciate both of you guys' feedback and, you know, your thoughts on this whole thing, because I just think it's really exciting. And I like the integrity deal, even if it didn't exist, the things you still can make a lot of money with Family First Life.
Absolutely.
So for the people that say they don't want to sell their deal, they want to shop around, don't
tell it. Just make money.
you'll be all right.
However,
money.
if you did the simple math and you look at the long-term projection of getting that deal, I mean, there's no better place to be building than here with Family First Life. So
Absolutely.
not just the money that you can make based off the comp and the VP bonuses and the carriers and, you know, everything that we got, the infrastructure that we have, the leads. But I mean, like, if ultimately your goal is to have a true walkaway plan, because anytime you build a business, if you don't continue to stay in it, you walk away, you don't have the right management in place, things are going to start to depreciate after time.
Mhm.
But, you know, with the integrity deal, you have a true walkaway opportunity, you know, build your business, help a bunch of people get up to that same level. And after that, if you want to walk away after you've done your job and you helped enough people, then you legitimately could do that with everything that integrity had to offer for you. So,
Absolutely. And another thing that I want to say, I did it myself, and this was probably my mistake. You can do whatever you want, right? It's your business. You can do whatever you want. Let me say that. I mean, before I say that, what I want to say, but don't fly solo. It hasn't helped.
don't fly solo.
Yeah. I mean, it is harder and it takes a longer time. So reach out to the team, become part of the team, and that's really what's going to help you to grow as well.
I agree. I think a lot of times that's pride when people just say, like, I'm
That's
just an
right.
island. I don't need anybody.
Yeah.
You do.
No, we do it. There's not such thing as a self-made man.
Right.
You know, all of us need somebody. We need the support, and the support is here. You know, and again, thank you again, Albert, because your door is always open. You know,
It literally is.
and yeah, it literally is. But the support is here. You know, just reach out. Don't try to do this by yourself.
Yeah.
It's gonna take you a long time.
Good advice. And it's a lot more fun that way too. I love every day of my life in this business, because regardless of how bad things get, like, you still are working with people that you care about.
And that you like and everything.
that you're still responsible to. And then no matter how bad I feel at certain points, I'm just like, I gotta keep it going, because I can't let Misha down. I can't let Jesus down. I can't let Yoel down or anyone else down that's on the team. So, just got to keep chugging along, and then just consistency is everything that matters. Like what I was telling Misha, I'm like, I've gotten to a certain level, have nothing special, but the reason why I've gotten to this level is just consistency. That's the only thing. Like I always joke, like the only thing I have on Misha is the looks, but he could do everything. He could do everything that I'm doing now if he just stays consistent enough with it. I don't waver. I'm very consistent with what I do, and I just keep moving forward with it. So we can all do the same. So if you guys need any help, please feel free to reach out, and looking forward to getting more and more people to these deals. If you guys are interested in going to one of these meetings, reach out to me and we will get you set up. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for you guys for getting on.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll see you guys next week.